AI is changing the game for thumbnail design, and in this video I'm going to show you exactly how to use it to your advantage. Now, just a few years ago, some of these techniques weren't even possible, but now we can actually use them to take our designs to the next level. So today guys, I'll be walking you through the powerful AI tools and techniques that you can use to elevate your thumbnail design workflow. So let's get started. Now, the first AI powered technique that I want to talk about is called upscaling. Now, you may have heard of this before, but let me just explain exactly what upscaling is. Here I have an image of a man in a suit. It's a nice image, although as you can see, it's pretty pixelated. And I'm going to use this image as an example of the before and after of the upscaling process. So let us just begin by explaining what upscaling actually is. So when we zoom in to a subject, let's just zoom all the way into the subject like so. As you can see, we have these little squares. Now each of these squares is a pixel, and this image is simply made up of many different pixels. So as you can see, we are zoomed into 3200%. You can see that all these pixels are of a different color, and altogether these pixels make up the image you see on screen. So we've established that all images are made up of pixels. So what happens guys when we try to increase the size of the image? So if I press Command or Control T right now and I just increase the size of this image, as you can see, it becomes a little more pixelated than it was before. And the reason this image is more pixelated is because we're actually just stretching out the existing pixels. So in this scenario, the pixel has a lot of detail initially, but when you increase the size, you're actually just diluting the detail of that pixel, which is why in Photoshop, if you ever try to increase the size of an image, you're going to get a more pixelated version of that image. You're never ever going to get a higher quality version of the image you had before. The larger you expand your image, the less detail your image is going to have. So how does upscaling solve this issue? So what the upscaling AI will do is it's going to take an internal note of all the pixels within this image. What the AI will do is simply just repaint those pixels, but on a larger canvas. It's not stretching the image out, it's simply just painting a larger version of this image. And with the power of AI as well, it also has predictive capabilities, meaning that these pixels that are blurry in this image, the AI will actually just improve upon them. It's going to use its own AI interface to just make some predictive guesses as to what things could be improved in the image, and the result is a higher quality version of this image at a larger scale as well, something that we couldn't do before, especially if you're an old school Photoshop user. So this is something that AI now solves for us, and we can use this in our thumbnail design process. So let me just show you what upscaling can do to this image we have right here. Now guys, there's a lot of upscalers available on the internet, so I'm not going to tell you what to use, but what I like to use is an app called Upscale. So simply just type it in Google and let's click on the link. What you'll be presented with is what you see on screen, and you can actually download this app onto your computer completely for free. Now of course there is a paid version, which means that you will just need to pay a certain amount a month to get a certain amount of credits that you can go ahead and use. But they also provide you with a free version that has pretty much everything you will need to upscale your images for your thumbnail design process. Now to download the free version, simply click on download, just scroll down a little bit, and as you can see, it's available for both Mac and Windows. Now if you just click on Mac, it will take you to a page where you actually have to pay for the app. So don't do that, simply just click on alternative downloads, scroll down, and for Mac you will need to select DMG, which is the free version, and download that onto your PC. And for Windows, it's simply a matter of just clicking on Windows, and as you can see in the top right corner, it is already downloading the file. Now once you have opened up the program, you will be welcomed with this interface. Now you can click on settings to adjust any of these settings, but in my personal opinion, these settings are pretty much tailored for you from the start. Now you have the option right here to batch upscale, which simply means that you can just upscale multiple different images in a single folder. So the first step is to select your image. We'll be using this image for the example. The next step is to select your AI model. I keep it to upscale standard as I believe this is the best for most most images. Just below, you have the option to adjust the scale of the image. So as you can see right here, it gives you the initial size of the image, and this is the final result based upon the image scale that you select. So 4x should be enough, but it's really dependent on what your preferences are and how large you need the image to be. Just remember guys that the larger you scale your image, it will come up with a warning sign just warning you that it may cause some performance issues on your computer. So try and keep it within the 1 to 5 range if possible, but you can do whatever you like guys. So without wasting any more time, let's click on Upscale. Now once you've upscaled your image, you will be presented with this slider right here, which you can use to just toggle between before and after. So as you can see, this is before and this is after guys. So as you can see, AI has done an amazing job of restoring this image. We no longer have any pixelation, we have a higher quality image, and even better, we also have a larger version of the image. To give you guys another example, let's try upscaling this image. So click on Upscale and let it do its magic, and I'll be right back in just a moment. And would you have a look at this guys? So this is before and this is after. Look at the detail in the hairs guys. Look at the quality difference of the little strands of hair. Now as you can see right here, we have a bit of a blurry spot, and that's completely fine. We can just go back into Photoshop to remedy that. We can simply mask this part out. But if we look at it as a collective, look at the detail difference in the hair strands. Every single strand of hair is now visible as opposed to before where it looked like a mess. So this is the power of upscaling, and if you have any thumbnail design subjects which are slightly pixelated, I would recommend that you use upscaling to increase the quality of your images. Now just a quick few important settings. If you just scroll down, you can choose to save the image as a JPEG or PNG, and if you scroll down even further, you can actually save your output folder, meaning you no longer have to select your output folder when you open up the app. The app will simply remember the output folder that you selected initially. Okay guys, moving on to the second AI powered technique, and this is image generation. And the best website that I've found to be free for this is going to be deepai.org, and I'll provide you with the link to this website in the description box down below. Now before we begin, I do want to preface that there are better options out there for image generation, but most of them are paid plans, and in this video I really want to just focus on the free options for you all, just to make it inclusive for everyone watching this video. However, if you are looking for paid options, I would definitely recommend Midjourney as a strong alternative to this website. So as you can see, it's a pretty clear interface. There are a couple of ads, but that's obviously because it's a free option, so let's not complain about that. Within this box, you can enter in your prompt, which is essentially just you describing what you want the AI to generate for your image. Then we need to choose a model. I like to keep it to HD just to prioritize resolution. Further down, we can also choose between quality and speed. So if you want faster image generations, click on speed, but of course we want a quality version, so let's keep it to quality. You can also check use old model, but I like to keep it unchecked. I'm not too familiar with what it does. I'm not too interested as well guys. And you can also choose a style, so view all styles and look at how many styles they have available, all for free guys. So just pick the style of the image that you want to generate and then go ahead and create your prompt. There's so many good options guys. Let's pick one just for this video. I'm going to click on this. Let's just see what we can create. I am going to type in, let's just type in dragon breathing fire. And then let's just simply generate the image. And as you can see, it's generated a pretty solid image of a dragon breathing fire. We can also then go ahead and just click within this box right here below the image, and we can actually enhance the image even further. So once you click enhance, click on edit once again, and it will load up a higher quality version of this image. As you can see, it's really improved upon the image. And the best part about this guys is that all the images that you generate on this website are free for commercial use, meaning that you can use them in your thumbnails as you please. So once you've had your image generated, simply click on the button right here to download your image, and now you have a saved JPEG of this image. Now even after enhancing the image on the website, the final result is still quite pixelated, and you can see down here that the size of the image isn't too large. So let's go ahead and use our first method of upscaling to really bring this image to life. And look at this guys, this is before and this is after. Now this looks like a piece of art that you'd actually pay for, and this, can you believe, is all for free. So I'd definitely recommend upscaling your images after you've generated them. So let's go ahead and generate another image. So I'm going to select 3D character generator, and let's type in woman with sunglasses smiling, right? And click generate, and let's see what this AI can come up with. Yep, a really nice result. We can also generate some poses, so let's type in hand holding phone and click generate. And as you can see, this is a really useful image that you can use in your own thumbnails. You could easily create a phone thumbnail using this specific image. And guys, regarding phone thumbnails, just stay tuned to my channel. I'll be posting some tutorials on that very shortly. From the main screen, if you scroll down, you can also see the recently generated images, in which case you can just simply click on any image and you can go ahead and just simply right click and save if you haven't done so already. Okay guys, moving on to our third AI powered technique, and that is going to be to remove backgrounds from images. Now there are a couple of background removers out there, and this is probably the best one because the output resolution of the final result is really high compared to other websites. Other websites like remove.bg, for example, are good at removing backgrounds, although you will have to sign up for the paid version in order to get a high resolution version of the final result. Now all you need to do to get started is simply just create a free Adobe account, and you can go ahead and use this background remover and save your images. So simply create an account, and once you've done that, simply upload your photo. So the photo I'll be using today is a photo I just found on freepik.com, and let us use this image. So we want this background to be removed, and so I'm going to upload that right now. So once you've uploaded the image, it will just take a second to remove it, and as you can see, it's done a pretty good job. Now what I will say as a graphic designer is that there is nothing that beats the pen tool when it comes to making perfect cutouts, but if you want a fast and convenient way of removing backgrounds, this will be your best bet. And once you're done, simply click on download to store the image on your device. And like I mentioned before, we can take it a step further and even upscale this image to get a higher quality version of the image. And so this is before and this is after. So a slight up in quality of the image. Okay guys, moving swiftly on to the fourth AI powered technique, and this is going to be face swapping. Now the website we are using for this is remaker.ai, and it's a pretty simple interface as you can see, but we really only care about the result, and this website right here can produce really good results. Now to face swap, what you will need is an original image. So right here in this example we have Henry Cavill, and as you can see we have the face of the subject that we are going to replace Henry Cavill's face with. So what you will need is an original image, and you'll also need the image of the person's face that you want to swap. So what I'm going to do is use this Superman image as the original image, and this will be placed right here. So upload original image. As you can see, I've uploaded my original image. And now to find a swap image. So what I'll do is I'll use the face of the famous footballer Ronaldo as the swap image. So as you can see right here, we have the original image and the face of the subject that I want to place on Henry Cavill's face. So we're going to basically have a Superman Ronaldo. Let's see how this goes. Simply click on swap and let the AI do its work. And there you have it guys, a Superman Ronaldo. And to get a larger view, simply click on the image like so, and you can see that the AI has done a fantastic job of swapping the faces. Moving on to our fifth AI powered technique, and that is going to be to change the expression of faces. Now I'm on OpenArt.ai, and on this website you can actually change the facial expression of subjects. So let's just click on edit image, and once this screen pops up, simply click on add image and just add an image of your choice. So once you've uploaded your image, simply select the image, click on face, and now we can adjust the facial expression of the face. Now all these sliders are available for you to adjust, and with each adjustment that you make, you will be charged 1 credit. Now if you sign in with your Gmail account, you'll be awarded with something like 40 credits, which to be honest is pretty generous for a free option. So again, you can just adjust the sliders manually, or you can simply choose a preset and it will give you a selection of different emotions you can pick from. Let's try sleepy and see what that does to the image. And as you can see, it's closed the subject's eyes. So you can play around with these as much as you like. Let's try wink and see what that does. And as you can see, it does a pretty good job. You can also do a combination of the two, so you can start off with a wink and then you can just adjust the sliders from that point. Let's just adjust these sliders. Let's make him have more of a frown and let's see what that does to the image. As you can see, a little less smiley. Once you're happy with the final result, simply just click on Save Image and that will save to your device. Now, when it comes to facial expressions, there are some alternatives out there and this is one of them. So huggingface.co, and on this website there is an app called FacePoke, as you can see in the top right corner right there. All you need to do is just simply select your photo, and once you've done that, it will manually adjust your face and sort of make it look weird from the get-go. Now don't worry, this is simply the AI just doing its bit, making sure that you can now go ahead and adjust the face as you please. You can also select show face markers in the top right corner here, as you can see, and now if you hover over any parts of the face, it will actually give you a guideline. So as you can see, it's highlighting the eyebrows. You can also see the lips right here. You can see the eyes and so on and so forth. So what we can do is we can actually just drag the image to tilt the head. We can do many different things with this app. So as you can see, we can just move the subject's head to look a certain way. We can also increase the size of the eyes. So click on the eyes and drag up to increase the size of the eyes like so. We can do many things, guys. So you can even increase the size of the mouth. We can drag up like so to give him an open mouth. And as you can see, guys, there's a lot of experimenting you can do. Once you want to save the image, simply click download, and you may need to upscale this image to get the best resolution after adjusting. There's also another alternative on huggingface.co, and this is called the expression editor. Now, in my personal opinion, this is probably the best free option, and that's simply because of the amount of detail of things you can adjust. So for head, you have these sliders. For eyes, you have these sliders right here, so you can adjust the eyebrows. You can even adjust the blink and wink of both eyes, guys, separately. Now for the mouth, you can change the R's and E's and even the woos, guys, which I'm assuming, guys, just changes the shape of the mouth. Now the only problem, guys, with this app is that if you make any slight adjustment like so, as you can see right now, it will load up typically within this space. But as you can see, there is a long queue with a lot of requests pending. And this is because it's free and it's really starting to get popular. And not to mention, it's a Sunday today, so I'm assuming a lot of people are testing this out. So what I would recommend is to try and use this app in a non-peak time. So maybe use it on a weekday at a very late time, and there probably won't be as much of a queue. Now, seeming that this is my position in the queue, I don't think I'll show you this one today, guys, but I definitely recommend you guys having a go for yourself. Like I mentioned, just try to find a non-busy time to use this and you'll probably have a much smoother experience. And now let's wrap it up with the final AI powered technique, and this is going to be relighting. Now there's an app called Relight, and this is by clipdrop.co, and once you arrive on this website, all you need to do is click and select a file. Now once you select your image, depending on the image size, the AI will either tell you to upgrade to the Pro version in order to continue, or to scale down the image in order to continue. So let's just downscale and continue, because we of course want this to be a free version. And what we can do from here, guys, is play with the lighting. So as you can see, we have two lights right here, and you can choose to either keep the light or actually just bin the light. Let's bin this blue one for the moment, and let's keep this white light right here. So that's light 1. Let's change the color to a bright white light, and let's increase these sliders. So let's increase the distance, as you can see, and this is really useful for those of you who want to practice lighting and also want to adjust the lighting of your subjects. Simply bring your image into this canvas and then you can play around with the lighting like so. For example, if you want to create documentary thumbnails or create more cinematic looking thumbnails, this would be a really good option to adjust the lighting of the subject. You can turn down the power if you want a more subtle effect, and you can also change the color of the light to whatever you want, guys. So let's change this back to a white color. So adjusting the power will of course adjust the brightness of the light. The distance just means the distance of the light from the subject, and you can also adjust the radius, which just means how much of the light will affect the image as a whole. You can also change the ambient light simply by adjusting the power, and this is just going to adjust the light collectively on the canvas. So you can make this into a sort of greenish color, a white color, a blue color, guys. You can do so many things within this app. Furthermore, you can even go into the presets, and as you can see, there are some saved options of different lighting options, so you can explore them as you please. Let's select this one, and as you can see, it's a very unique style, and you can adjust the lighting as much as you want. And like I mentioned, guys, it's really useful for learning how light affects subjects. Once you're done, guys, all you really need to do is click download, and you will have a saved JPEG version of the image. Now just make sure that if you downscaled your image, that you go ahead and upscale your image once again, just to get the best final resolution. Okay guys, I think I'm going to wrap it up here. Now I know there's a lot of things to uncover in this video, and I'm sure that most of you are going to enjoy your time spending just exploring the different techniques I've showed you today. Now the only thing that I haven't covered is Photoshop's generative AI, because I believe that deserves its own separate video. So just let me know in the comment section down below, guys, if you are interested in seeing that. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to subscribe to my channel, because I'll be posting a lot more videos just like this weekly. Thank you very much, guys, for watching this video, and until next time, peace.